Hello and welcome to the Play World Cup. I'm James.
And I'm Jason.
And we are into Game 2 of the Grand Finals of the Play World Cup. We have with us Whitech Software Solutions, represented by Powerfang. And in the other corner, wearing the green trunks, we have Zelen from Transmax. So we're in game number 2.
We are indeed.
Should we do
on
game
Core
1
Hull
spoilers?
Compound?
We're on Core Hull Compound, of course.
Yep.
And, okay, skip over 10 seconds if you don't want to know the result of Game 1. But I'm assuming if you watch this game, you probably watch Game 1 too.
Probably watching them chronologically, in order.
So it's 1-0 up to Transmax at the moment. They've taken the lead, the initial lead to them in a thrilling match. Terran versus Zerg, and we're seeing another Terran versus Zerg.
Looks like Zelen felt confident, I would say, in his play against Powerfang, so he's stepped up to the plate again for game number 2.
That's right.
Saying, you know what, let's try and get a 2-0 lead up here.
That's right. So, yeah, I think Powerfang's going to want to be able to get back into it. I'm interested to see how he tackles this initial opening, because last time we saw him playing fairly conservatively, and I think, we've seen a lot of games from him,
and it just didn't quite work as well as he wanted.
That's right, yeah. And that kind of cost him a little bit of economy early in the game that he normally otherwise would have had. Like, I feel like watching Powerfang over the course of this season, we've seen him do some very economic builds early, but I don't think I'm really seeing that this time. Like, normally he seems to me like some kind of hatch first guy, you know? He'll get that second base out.
Once again, we see spawning pool before hatch, so still playing just a little bit, defensively cautionary, not wanting to fall victim to some sort of early, 2 racks play or something where his hatch first might get caught and cost him the game. So just being a little bit safe. He's going to get a nice surround on that SCV, and down it goes.
Boom. Not that that's a bad thing on Core Hull Compound especially. Like, if you look at this natural, head down toward the natural of Powerfang, it is wide, pretty wide open. Down we go. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, there's a pretty big... Yeah, that's going to be a pretty hard thing to block off.
Yeah, so, I guess getting that spawning pool down first just means if you need to, you can pop out a ling or two and, stop it being blocked. Up, down goes the drone. So it's 1-1. This time we did not miss the worker kills.
No, we did not.
I feel pretty good about that. Although I did bring up the resources tab for some reason.
Well, resources are important in a game of StarCraft 2.
Hey, speaking of resources, we're seeing double gas go down for Zelen.
Yeah.
So this is quite interesting to me. What do you think this means?
It's pretty early gas. He didn't grab it on 15, although that could have been due to the drone stealing the gas there for a little bit.
Also, I don't think he wanted the drone to see that.
Yeah, that's true
May
as
have
well.
delayed it just a touch.
So we have seen, he's got 3 on there straight away. So we might be seeing, I would say, a fast factory coming down next. And then it's going to depend on, we've got 2 on gas. He's either going to be going early tanks. Maybe we might see an early tank push, or maybe we're going to see some Banshees.
Yeah, Banshees I think could be the option. Like,
Powerfang going 6 Zerglings again as well. Same as last game.
Yeah, you're right. He has, which is interesting. I'm just not quite sure what you would do with 6 lings at this stage. There's a wall off. You're going to get the info on the wall off with 4, as you are with 6.
Yep.
So those extra 2, I'm just not sure what they accomplish. But
I reckon you could even cut it down to 2. You don't really need 4.
Oh, well, if you just want to scout the front, sure, totally. Like, you can feel safe with 4 if there's, a Marine or 2 on the field, or if you think that, your Overlord's going to get sniped or something like that. If there's some kind of weird stuff going on with that, then 4 is not a bad option. But we're seeing a lot of lings come out right now. This looks like another Baneling bust.
Yep. And
I've got to say,
it might actually work this time because Zelen is teching up to Banshees, so not going to have the Hellions out quite as fast. It depends if he's going to drop a reactor on this or just start pumping out Hellions. Otherwise, we might be seeing just Marines, and if you've only just got Marines, defending a Baneling bust is probably not something you want to do.
Well, I would say this Baneling bust is no more than 30 seconds away at this stage. The lings are streaming up. The Banelings are about to be morphed in. I can see them.
Got 6 coming on the way. Although, so we've got... Well, I suppose if you're going Cloaked Banshees especially, you definitely want at least a bunker at the front, just because you are going to be so light on for defenses to begin with. So we do have Hellions, so that's going to help Zelen out a little bit as well. Just getting those Hellions, so he's going to have a few more units to help defend this. But that bunker is not going up.
Whoa, quite a lot into the bunker there, and it managed to take out both supply depots, so he's heavily supply blocked now. But How much damage is this going to do, really? Not too much, I don't think.
Unfortunately. He is going to supply block Zelen for a little bit. That Banshee, although, is not going to be prevented from coming out.
But he is going to be able to see that there are, in fact, Banshees going to be in the mix. So he's going to be able to react to that. And immediately down goes the Evo chamber. That's going to be late too. So we might actually see Zelen put some counter pressure on with the single Banshee now. No real way to defend against this, especially because Cloak is just about to finish as well. No detection. So if Cloak goes down on this, which I'm almost certainly sure it will, as soon as Cloak is researched, any second now. So down goes these drones.
And this Banshee is going to get a lot of kills, I fear.
Yep, and there's Cloak, sure enough. So it's going to start working down a lot of these drones. Going to be chasing them off.
Yep. Yeah, this Banshee is going to get a lot of kills. And yeah, so unfortunately for Powerfang, that bust didn't quite have enough Zerglings there to follow it up. Managed to get into the base, but then just, didn't have enough units to kill the remaining Marines. And this Banshee now with 6 kills, still with 20 energy still remaining on it. So definitely wanting to target down those drones. Definitely ignore the Spore Crawlers. They're going to take too long to construct, and you won't be able to kill it in time. So hurting the economy is definitely what you want to do with this Banshee. And now we see the Banshee that is going to run out of energy. So I think that Banshee is going to have to be careful if it doesn't go down. And no, it does go down. But where's your worker? Boom. 10 plays 1. So we're going to be seeing, what have we got there? 11 worker lead for Zelen. So that Banshee, even though it went down, definitely has paid for itself.
Yep, it has earned its keep. It will die a hero in the halls of the command centers across Zelen HQ. Absolutely paid for itself, and he's put him in a very commanding position. I wonder, though, what is he going to do with this second one? I mean, Spore Crawler's pretty much now set up and established across all of the bases. It might be able to help in a supporting role in an army, outside of base engagements, but at the moment...
It's not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage here, no. It might even be, it's a very expensive Banshee, but it could be beneficial to leave it about here just to catch a drone as it walks past to make that third base.
That is true.
Delay a third, because it's not going to be able to do a whole lot of work here. Did manage to at least pick up 1 drone, so
that's not bad.
Yeah, every little drone helps. 50 minerals to help pay for itself.
Okay, could take a couple of shots at the Queen here, but
actually going to get a Queen as well. Wow. Okay, so Zelen getting good use out of this Banshee that I thought might have been not being able to be used for much at all.
That was actually really, really awesome. Both Banshees just.
Banshees.
Yeah. That Banshee school and Zelen headquarters just cranking out the best Banshee pilots you ever would have seen, my friend.
And you know what? I think that luckily Medevac managed to get out of that base without those 2 Zerglings seeing it. So we're going to have 4 Hellions being dropped in the main of Powerfang, and I think they're going to get away scot-free. So Powerfang's not going to know about it until... gets into his base. He might even be able to dodge this Overlord, which I think he's going to do. So Zelen looking to be in another good spot. Definitely when you look at the supply count there as well. Down
go the Hellions now, although Metabolic Boost just did finish for Powerfang, so we'll have some speed zones to try and deal with this. Can he wall them in? He's going to box them in, so they're not going to be able to run down to the mineral line. So great move there by Powerfang, just clean them up.
Yeah, nice.
Zelen picked them up just a trifle too late there, so managed to save 1 Hellion at half health, but all the rest go down.
So thankfully for Powerfang, his economy remained intact. He's still playing catch-up. Yeah, still 7 drones behind, so... Wanting to continue that drone. There we go. We've got 12 on the way, so that will definitely help his economy.
And in the meantime, we've got Upgrade Central over at Zelen Headquarters. Zelen Headquarters is busy today. We've got Combat Shield and Stim, both not too far off finishing. More Medevacs. Second Orbital about to finish. So Zelen looking in a very good spot at the moment, although he is supply blocked right now. Although there are four supply depots about to finish.
He'll be unblocked very, very shortly. But we have a second factory from Zelen coming as well. So it looks like he's got this factory devoted to Hellions. So I would say we'll see a tech lab on this one, possibly for a Blue Flame upgrade, or maybe we will be seeing those tanks. Powerfang probably just waiting on those extra 100 minerals, and then he's going to be dropping his third as well.
Is this going to be a little too early for the third, though? I mean, he's only on 60 supply. There is kind of an army making its way down.
Those Zerglings need to scoot. There are not enough Zerglings, especially with that many Hellions in that mix.
I think he may have made the decision instead to devote those to making Zerglings and these upgrades, because That drone now is just chilling out at the third. It's not doing too much right now.
Probably not the ideal time to drop that anymore. Although now what we've got 15 banelings coming in and a lot more zerglings. So what Powerfang needs to do is just wait for those banelings to morph in and then engage this army. Try and trap it with the zerglings.
Yep, and here come the banelings. They're going to move in, but they've got no support. It's really all up to them to get, and they're doing actually a pretty damn good job.
Yeah.
Only the Hellions and Marauders left, as well as the Medivacs, of course, but they are not going to be able to attack.
Those zerglings are going to be enough to pick up the rest of this army. So only 4... Oh no! Wow, yeah, I thought it was 4 Hellions, but no, it was two Marauders, 2 Hellions getting picked up by the Medivac, and that was effectively shut down. So Powerfang definitely handled that engagement really well, brought him back into the game.
Yep, absolutely. And with that done, he's now seen fit to chuck down a Spire. I think he's realized that, and that third as well, of course. So Powerfang well and truly in this match. And in fact, if he gets this third stabilized, he'll be in quite a good position.
Yeah, and that's a lot of lings streaming in. Probably, yep, check this third. But thankfully for Powerfang, at least, there is no third there yet. Do we have an orbital being built? No, we do not. So no third yet on the way. Instead, 4 barracks being constructed. So Zelen, this map is actually real. It's really hard for Terran, I think, to take this third base and keep it, especially against a Zerg, just because the attack routes are so diverse. It's really hard to keep your army over here to defend this while at the same time defending, say, Mutalisks attacking the side of your first base. So with those 4 barracks being constructed, Zelen might even be pretty happy to sit on 2 base and see if he can win from there.
We're going to see a bit of an attack here. Here come the Banelings to storm the front. How effective is this going to be, though? The army is pretty split, so...
Yeah, those Banelings took down a bunker, maybe 2 supply depots, but unfortunately... Yeah, Zelen's army was there and back far enough to not catch that splash damage, so managed to take out a lot of those Banelings and not take any damage to his army.
Well, that split worked out really well for him.
Yeah.
He kind of had his army both up and down, and the Banelings just wandered right into the middle and just got absolutely cleaned up.
Yeah, in game 1 we were talking about Powerfang has like this tower defense style into his base, whereas this time we saw Zelen had a bit the same. Those Banelings running straight through the middle of that army.
Definitely, and if you know one thing about tower defense is that the things in the middle never live for too long.
Nope.
Unless you pick poison towers, because they're the worst.
Who would honestly pick poison towers? Jesus.
So bad. Splash damage all the way.
Yeah, I actually haven't played a tower defense map in ages, so maybe I should boot up some customs and, I don't know.
There's some good ones out there. Yeah, it's a good way to spend 4 hours of your life. Wait, did I say good?
Good.
I meant, mediocre.
Decent enough. What else are you going to do?
It's something. It's a thing to do. Well, we're seeing the mute account now from Powerfang start to get pretty scary.
Yes, that's 18 Mutalisks in that ball with some Zerglings. Third up and running, but wow, some those Zerglings catching those Hellions, and now that Medivac's going to try and get away. Is at least going to see that big ball of Mutalisks, but not before it dies.
No hot pickup this time for the Medivac. Zelen's done a few saves this time, but nope, that was not one of them.
Alright, so thankfully Zelen still has a decent amount of Marines, because he's starting to invest a lot in those Marauders, so he can't invest too much in the Marauders when there's this many Marines on the field, especially as he doesn't have any Thors on the way.
He's got a fair few towers though, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think he's going to need to get his army back there so he can save a few of these SCVs, although SCVs just getting absolutely roasted. There's quite a few lost.
Powerfang does not want to engage that many Marines, needs to be really careful with those Mutalisks. Needs to keep these Mutalisks alive as long as possible, just to circle this portion of the map and keep Zelen contained on those 2 bases, and then he can have his third up and running, take a fourth, and then macro up and win the game from there.
Well, let's have a look at this count. We've actually equalized now, so all those early worker kills that Zelen managed to accomplish has now sort of been wiped out by that Mutalisk harassment.
Yep, and we see Powerfang checking that third again with a stream of Zerglings, but he'll be pleased to see that there's still no third. So I think, if he can keep Zelen contained on these 2 bases for another 5 minutes, he'll be in a really, really positive spot.
Yeah, definitely. We're on the 20-minute mark now, and if you do not have a third by that time, then you're going to find your opponent putting a lot of pressure to keep you that way.
Yep.
And eventually will just starve you of cash.
Although this is now a lot of Marines. Now those Zerglings are caught a long way away, wanting some Banelings to deal with this. this push from Zelen actually coming at a really nice time when there's only Mutalisks to defend, and that is not what you want to be defending against this army. We are seeing a lot of Banelings morphing, but they are not going to get here anywhere in enough time.
Nope, we're looking, I think, at a really well-timed push by Zelen. He recognized that he had to do this in order to get that third down or at least get back into this match. And speaking of worker kills, that was an absolute barbecue.
Here's the Banelings, though. They're going to take out a lot of Marines. Those Marauders tanking a lot of damage, but wow. Actually not tanking as much damage as they needed to.
Wow, you know, I thought when he morphed those in, he's going to lose a lot of stuff here while those Banelings morph in, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah, those supplies are now back well and truly even. And Powerfang with more cash in the bank.
And he's also going to get a lot of medevac kills here as well. He's just going to be able to mop all of those up, I think. Oh, though he turned around. And back and forward. Is he going to be able to pick it off?
Kill it. Kill it.
No!
Oh,
survives against all the odds.
Small victories.
That medevac will join the two Banshees in the Hall of Fame. The Zelen Hall of Fame.
Those Banshees... No, Banshee's dead.
Yeah, I did not see when those Banshees died, but they are not around anymore.
No, sorry.
They're killing drones in heaven now, JS.
Every day's a good day when you're killing drones. But we see Zelen has taken his third. But at the same time, Powerfang has taken his fourth, which is actually his third now that his natural got destroyed. But he's going to be rebuilding that as well. So we might even be seeing a little bit of calmness for the next couple of minutes while both players get their economy back on the road.
And doing the right thing as well. If you're not attacking, you best be upgrading.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
We are seeing upgrades out the wazoo now. We're seeing +2 air attack. We're seeing burrow. We're seeing +1 melee, +2 melee, +1 carapace. And on Zelen's side, we're seeing armor upgrades and +2. There are just upgrades so much.
So many upgrades, but uh-oh. Oh, nice burrow.
Good burrow. Saving a few of those drones, a few going into the barbecue, but there's not a lot Zelen can do right now. He could scan, but might not want to waste it.
What he actually could have done, just to be super trollish, was like put his Hellions here and told them to attack these because the flames would have gone over the lava and just roasted those drones.
Oh, are you serious?
I'm pretty sure.
Work?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It would have been totally awesome.
And in the meantime, up goes the invincible and totally overpowered planetary fortress.
You know what? It's funny you say that because I'm not sure I agree with Powerfang's decision here. Because these planetary fortresses generally are indestructible.